Next up on stage, I would like to invite Shri K Parameswaran, an alumni from 1981 batch, to say a few words and set the context.
Good afternoon, everyone. When we were first thinking about this workshop, this summit, and we came upon the theme, and many of you might have seen the theme in Yokibu or in other communication, that the theme is Imagine. So one of the concerns that we had was, hey, will the students really come? Will the parents really come? And we consoled ourselves by saying, hey, if they don't come, we'll just imagine they are there. So thank you for actually being here in really great numbers. It gives me indeed, as probably one of the older alumni or oldest alumni, to welcome all of you. Probably I am the oldest in the room in terms of an alum. I don't know if there are others. Okay, my classmate here is raising his hand. On behalf of the alumni, Sankara alumni, I'd like to welcome our esteemed speakers, Mr. T.M. Krishna, who's here, Chittu Nagarajan, and my two colleagues from Cognizant who are here, the principal and the teachers, parents, students, and fellow alums, and of course my own parents who are here too. So just a quick recap on the journey which got us here. So this all began with a few of us who wanted to really make a difference to the school. We wanted to give back to the school. We wanted to give back to its teachers. We wanted to give back to the institution. We wanted to give back to the students. So few of us got together and said, hey, what do we actually work on? What actually helps the school? So we ranged from, yeah, we can give gifts to teachers. We should try to collect money, give facilities, etc. I think we talked about a lot of things, and we said, yeah, all these are interesting ones, but where do we start? So the first thing which came to us was, let's look at the mission of the school itself. The mission of the school is to educate children. So what can we do in the area of educating children and educating them beyond the classroom? Okay, so that was the first genesis of us trying to make a difference and said, let's take it beyond the classroom. Then we thought about what are the themes that we can think of, and we finally came up with Imagine. And then we came up with a set of illustrious speakers, esteemed speakers that you will listen to today, giving you different thoughts. After that, you probably saw the publicity. We put up a banner in the school, as well as sent you Yokibu invites, which I think brought all of you here. And of course, not to mention that the 5 marks that you will get if you attend this. Right? So we'll make sure that happens, okay? The 5 marks, we'll make sure that happens. So, no, great. This is fine. I think if you all quieten down after some time, it'd be great. So then, after that, we conducted a student speaker competition. I think many of you applied, and then there was the school shortlisted a few speakers, and then finally, a few of us alums came there and shortlisted a few speakers, and I think 2 of them you're going to listen to today. The reason for this is when we originally thought about this theme, we thought about it in the form of something like, there is an organization called TED. Okay, I don't know if any of you have heard about it, but you can go and look up TED, that is TED, on the internet. And you'll see there are a lot of speeches that they have put up in the web, which are actually very exhilarating to hear. So what we felt was maybe that is what we got to do. We got to bring these esteemed speakers like Sir T.M. Krishna here in terms of trying to talk about their personal experience and what we can learn from that. And that's the theme of TED. So while we could not get the TED license, etc., in short notice, what we said was, let's at least run it in the TED format. And that's how it started. And the way the TED format runs is there's probably an unconference, as we call it, in the morning, with students speaking in the morning and on different topics. So more of you will get opportunities, not just the 2 that you will see this time, when we conduct it next time. And then afternoon, you will have external speakers speaking to you. So hopefully, with the success of this event, we will start making sure that we will take it in that direction, whether we get that license or not. So when we all thought about it and said, let's look at our journey. How could we have benefited when we were children of this age, and how, given that children today have lots of information access, how can we benefit from speakers? So one of the important things we said was, let's go back to the way TED runs it and really look at their life lessons. Let's look at their life lessons and see what we can learn from that. And here I'd like to bring a concept called Extremistan. Extremistan careers. I'm going to say all the speakers that we have chosen, most of the speakers that we have chosen are from Extremistan careers. No, they are not terrorists. They are not part of something called Afghanistan or Pakistan or whatever it is, right? There is a term called Extremistan coined by this book, in this book called Black Swan, which I also got to know about it pretty recently. These are, anything which is Extremistan has something where you can make a small effort and make a huge impact. Okay? Most of us, thanks to our parents, have chosen what are known as mediocristan careers. Mediocristan careers are people like doctors, engineers, accountants. Nothing wrong with that. I think they have done the right choice. I think it's the right place to be. For us, I'm really happy with what my parents have done for me. So I think it's the great place to be. But we can always learn from these people who have taken careers which are out of the ordinary. There are lessons to be learned from people who climb Everest. There are lessons to be learned from musicians like Sir T.M. Krishna in terms of what it involves. What does a career in music involve? Okay? So what I would urge all of you, and maybe if you want, take notes in your cell phone or in a piece of paper or wherever you want. By the way, cell phones are supposed to be off, so you can't take notes in cell phones, so only in pieces of paper. If you want, in terms of what lessons you learn from these careers. So if you look at it, we have brought people from careers where you make with small effort, you make a big difference. Whereas in mediocristan careers, you work for 8 hours, engineer or doctor, you get that amount of effort, output. So that's the definition of this. So we have chosen people from out of the ordinary careers so that will benefit you with life lessons, which you can take forward. After that, after all this, we actually did a voice of the customer. We did not decide that, hey, alumni, we gave the topic to all these speakers and said, hey, this is it. We actually called a few students, Danya of 9th standard, Shruti of 10th, Sudarshan of 11th, Akshaya of 12th, and Kaushik of 12th. We called a few people and asked them what they would like to listen to in all these speakers. And we got a lovely list from all of these students, as you can imagine, pretty long list, and we sent it to the speakers. I'll say a joke from what Katadi Mama, as I call him, said. He's one of the speakers. So that was, so we'll see, we'll listen to him this afternoon. I said, finally, you can choose what you need to. Finally, I'm going to leave you with a thought here. So hopefully you can all see it either in the side screen or in the back. Spot the difference. Of course, we have the Imagine theme there. There's no this thing. Anybody wants to loudly guess as to what the difference between all of these are, between Imagine and the others are? Okay, I know it's not great to ask a question to 500 people, so I'll give you the answer. So the answer is, you can literally do all the others only to a limit. Imagination is one which doesn't have a limit. Yeah, I can see some girls there signing back, sort of smiling and saying, I can talk for hours, no problem. Right? Certainly, and probably some of you can eat for hours too, right? And sleep, absolutely, no problem. Mom, don't wake me up. Okay? Anyway, so the theme really is that there is no limit to imagination. Anything you take with the mind, imagination, the other imagination, thinking, dreaming, all that kind of falls in the same area. The other thing you can think about is love. Love is kind of unlimited. So anything you do with the mind is kind of limitless. Anything you do with the body is far more limited. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave in 2 minutes. So patience. This is my way of saying, please keep quiet. So I'd like to leave, this is all supposed to be personal experiences, right? And I want to leave you with a personal experience of myself on the power of imagine. And I'm glad my parents are here, because this is going to be a real story in my life. Okay. So we moved in 1973 from Nungambakam to Adayar, because my dad constructed a house here. We moved at that time. And there I was studying with Padma Sheshadri, okay, until 4th standard, until 5th standard, and 6th we moved here. And it was a tough decision on my parents' part to actually send me out from pull me out from Padma Sheshadri, which was at that time the top school, into Sankara. And here is where there was a lesson, and you don't know where you get lessons, right? At least this is what my mom has told me. Hopefully they'll excuse me if this is not true, okay? Which is, my dad and mom were discussing with my grandmother. She doesn't have education like us, right? She's no more today. We're discussing with my grandmother, and she actually conveyed the power of imagine in a great way. I'm sorry, I have to use Tamil here a little bit. She said, Krishna, kavale ellam padade. Namma andha kolandaiya andha school la potittu அந்த ஸ்கூல் நன்னா இருக்குன்னு நம்ம சொல்லணும். அந்த ஸ்கூல் நன்னாயிடும். So with blessings of people like that and with the imagination, so those of you who don't know Tamil, please get it translated. So with the blessings of people like that and parents in the past and students and the set of teachers here and the correspondents, we are today, guys listen to this, we are today sitting on one of the top schools in Chennai. And that, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, is the power of imagine. Wish you a good conference. Sorry, I have some housekeeping arrangements to make, and announcements to make. If there are any other alumni here who want to contribute, we have a contribution receipt book, etc. So please do come over. There is Narayanan here. He's raising his hand up in the first row. Who can pick up contributions. I'd also like to announce that the 1992 batch did a phenomenal job of collecting contributions. They so far have 40,000 rupees, of which 16 is already, of which almost 21 is delivered in cash or check right now. So phenomenal contribution. By Padma and Praveen, please stand up. Okay. I know it's a small sum in these days, but we can start off with that. Thank you very much.